The guest for this episode is Saurabh Shukla, CEO of Playsphere. Playsphere is a company that is building an AI-powered UGC layer for Web3 games. Saurabh began his journey right from his student days at NIT Warangal. He first built NFTify in his third year of engineering. Here, he identified a niche among the artists who were eager to create NFTs but lacked the necessary knowledge. Later, he joined Good Game Nation as their first product manager. Here, he worked across different functions from Web3 product management to growth, partnerships, and community. Later, he worked as a core contributor for strategy partnerships at Move Developers. Along the way, Saurabh found an opportunity to build an AI-powered UGC layer for Web3 games and founded Playsphere. In this conversation, we discussed three key areas: importance of exploration and experimentation while growing in career, effective mental models worth trying while taking important decisions and being confident, lastly, how to aim for great things and succeed even if they fail. Hope you find this conversation useful. Let's tune in.
Saurabh, thanks a ton for joining. It's been a really interesting thing of reading across your whole journey. Kyunki first of all, like the first thing which I really loved is the fact that आपने start किया like college में ही instead of waiting to graduate. And from then on, you did a lot of interesting things, a lot of chaotic things. And right now, you're entirely in a different country building a lot of exciting stuff. So, this is going to be really interesting for the audience. So, going back all the way to the beginning, आपका engineering का branch है chemical. And and most of the students is like, or even when I was a student, my mindset ऐसा था कि okay, I'll just run through semester, maybe do an internship, either get a core job or management job. Like so, and especially non-circuit branch. I was from civil, so non-circuit branch means like हाँ coding like हमारा कब कटी नहीं like it's like maybe CS folks or bit of EC and triple E folks होता है. Like this is the general norm. आपने दोनों patterns break किया. One like getting into coding. Second is starting right from the college. So can you share like how did it began? Like one, how did you thought of okay, I shouldn't stick into this similar domain of tech and I should similar domain of chemical but do beyond. And what was the initial journey like? कैसा था?
Thank you. Thank you for this chance to talk about what I have done. I feel that uh, I think we were discussing the backstage, right? Uh, if you can see someone and be inspired that okay, अगर इसने किया है तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ. I think that is the greatest force which drives you. And to be honest, when you come into Warangal and you start seeing your seniors, super seniors, alumni, एंड यू फ़ील दैट बैक ऑफ द हेड में ये चलता है कि यार ये लोग भी इसी मेस का खाना खाते थे, इन्हीं प्रॉफ से पढ़ते थे, यहीं पे थे। सो अगर दे कैन बिल्ड अ बिलियन डॉलर कंपनीज़, दे कैन डू दैट क्रेज़ी थिंग, सो व्हाई कांट आई?
Wow.
So, this is the confidence which you get as soon as you enter Warangal and you start seeing people. Now, seeing people, I feel जब मैंने भी देखा, then also I was like, okay, कर सकते हैं. To be honest, me choosing chemical was more of a, because of the marks, to be
Hmm.
honest. और कोई reason नहीं था.
Correct.
I wanted CS पहले, लेकिन when I got my percentile, I was like, bro, CSE तो अच्छे कॉलेज में मिलने से रहा. अब क्या करें? तो I like कि भाई अच्छा ट्रेड ऑफ है. वारंगल चलते हैं. Let's see कि
क्या होगा?
क्या हो पाएगा. Got into first year of college. First year not very productive. Had a lot of fun. मतलब I was not that kind of a guy who entered college and coding करने बैठ गया first day से. It's not like that. थोड़ा बहुत explore किया, क्या किया. कुछ दिनों बाद I realized कि यार I can't solely rely on chemical कि I will be studying chemical. So I thought to let's explore what else I could do. Luckily, second sem में COVID came. So there was a lot of time on my hand. So I started learning DSA, I started learning WebD, I started learning data analysis, Python, जो भी, क्योंकि पहले के 1-2 महीने I was bored of doing nothing. So I played a lot of games. I watched all the Netflix out there. सब कुछ देख लिया, सब कुछ कर लिया, अब कुछ है ही नहीं करने को. It's like the way of wasting time was finished for me. So
सैचुरेट हो
I
गए
was
आप
like कि
टाइम वेस्ट कर करके.
हाँ, एग्जैक्टली टाइम वेस्ट कर करके थक गया मैं. तो अब क्या करना है? तो
Okay.
मैंने कोडिंग चालू किया, थोड़े दिन कोडिंग किया, फिर डेटा एनालिसिस किया, फिर आई गॉट इनटू आईजी, टॉक टू folks, started, I was in AIR department, that is alumni and industry relations
Okay.
department. So I need to look for people who are from NIT Warangal and who are doing pretty great things. And I think when I saw them, I was like, okay, this is very good. They are doing something. Why can't I? And in the back of the mind, I mean, this is my personal thought process, that I assess everything in two ways. I think this is very stoic way of thinking. What best can happen and what worst can happen.
Okay.
So in the start of second year itself, I saw the resumes of that time ke final years, and I realized that if I maintain a decent CGPA of 6 or 7,
Okay.
the worst thing which can happen to me is a package of 5-6 lakhs.
Correct.
And being from chemical, the best thing which can happen to me is a package of 40 LPA in Goldman.
Correct.
So these are the two extremes if I follow the crowd. Now, what can happen if I don't follow the crowd? For 3 years, I will do whatever I want.
Correct.
I will fix all my insecurities in terms of मेरे से होगा क्या नहीं होगा. और उस टाइम पे आई ऑल्सो रियलाइज्ड कि यार इन मार्केट द वैल्यू ऑफ फेल्ड एंटरप्रेन्योर, they are respected, right? They have very good value. You go to someone and you say that I tried 5 things, but I failed in five, all five. In five, I did all this. So I
Correct.
realized that the world is very forgiving. If you are honest, the world is
Wow.
very forgiving. You can
Wow.
go to anyone and you can say, sir, I tried this 5 things, but I don't know why this happened. Can
Crazy
you give me a job, right? You
perspective.
will be able to do that. तो मेरे दिमाग में somehow this thing got fixed, and it's not like वो एक दिन में हुआ. It took little bit of time, and
Okay.
there is a particular instance which I did is at a particular point of time I was juggling 3 things. I think I have told you this, Naveen भैया. मैं DSA कर रहा था, मैं data analysis कर रहा था, and in the time I was trying to do on some startup का stuff.
Okay.
तो
Okay.
I realized कि यार एक साथ ये तीनों तो होने वाले नहीं है.
Correct.
तो वही मैंने बेस्ट केस वर्स्ट केस का सिनेरियो निकाला और पेपर पे डीएसए लिख के जला दिया कि ब्रो, इवन इफ आई गो अनएम्प्लॉयड, भाई मैं डीएसए तो नहीं छू रहा क्योंकि दिस इज नॉट गोना हेल्प मी एनीहाउ. ठीक है, तो एक दिमाग में मेरा क्लटर हट गया कि नाउ नो डीएसए. और टू बी ऑनेस्ट, डेटा एनालिसिस यार 1 महीने का काम है, 1 महीने कर लो, इट्स लाइक इट्स मोर देन एनफ टू गेट अ जॉब. ये भी हो गया. लास्ट थिंग बचा कि भाई अब सब तो कर लिया, अब स्टार्टअप में क्या कर सकते हैं. सो उस टाइम पे देखना चालू किया कि क्या-क्या है इंडस्ट्री में. देखता था और आई वाज़ वेरी fascinated by new technologies, blockchain one of them. And during that time, I mean, uh, पूरा वेव चल रहा था. एलन मस्क वाज़ ट्वीटिंग अबाउट डोज. NFTs were getting sold for 50-60 million dollars.
Correct. Correct.
I mean, pure madness. और उसी टाइम आई वाज रीडिंग नो अबाउट इट कि क्या चल रहा है, क्या नहीं चल रहा है. देन in few groups I got connected to, you know few people who wanted to sell NFTs, but they had no clue how to do that. So if today someone wants to do that, there are a lot of tools which are available, but during that time nahi tha kuch. I'm
This
talking
was
about 21.
21 time.
21. Yeah,
21.
21 time.
21.
Yeah, second day. So what I did was ki I learned basic smart contracts NFT deployment ka myself. Got a friend to do the front end. Or we started, we built a very basic website, Kala Kendra, NFTify. सेम चीज था बट टू नेम्स, राइट. वी वर एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग कि कौन सा नाम ज्यादा अच्छा
कितना
जाएगा.
टाइम में आपने प्रोटोटाइप किया है जो भी
अरे
है?
बहुत टाइम लगा. आई थिंक पर्सनली लर्निंग एनएफटी वाला थिंग, इट मस्ट हैव बीन टेकिंग अराउंड 20 days odd. और 20-30 days, और फ्रंट एंड में भी 1 महीने लग गए थे. सो
Dude, I
इट्स
thought
लाइक,
that is so small, and you're telling, oh, बहुत time लगे. It's we perspective. Yeah, go ahead.
नहीं, आई मीन अभी क्या है कि यार अभी यू कैन डू अ कंप्लीट थिंग इन अ मंथ, राइट? एंड नॉट इन अ मंथ, इन अ सिंगल डे. सो अभी के हिसाब से आई ऑल्सो फील कि ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम हम लोग थोड़ा परफेक्शन में ज्यादा रहते थे. अभी भी वो थोड़ा सा है कि
Okay.
इट्स
Okay.
लाइक द लेआउट इज नॉट करेक्ट, दिस
Okay.
इज रॉन्ग, दैट इज रॉन्ग. सो उसमें थोड़ा 1-2 week में वो रेडी, वी स्टार्टेड रीचिंग फ्यू पीपल आउट, we helped them. So basically, the whole process was they had art, they had the pricing, they had the clients. We used to just build the entire thing for them. We
Hmm.
used to convert to NFT, used to give them a very basic platform of
Correct.
where they can come, they can sell. NFT will go to them, and the money will go to this guy.
Hmm. Correct.
So we did this. We did this for 2-3 people. Now, back of my
Basically, एक
mind was कि
artist
यार,
होगा, like उनको एक art
hmm,
होगा, like he can come,
हाँ,
he can just convert to NFT, somebody can buy, and this whole process will be facilitated by you. Like,
या सो आई मीन आर्टिस्ट से हम ही लोग बात करते थे, इट वाज
yeah,
नॉट
anyways,
ऑटोमेटेड.
that is there.
हाँ तो, हाँ तो इन वाइल डूइंग दिस आई रियलाइज्ड कि यार दिस इज मोर ऑफ अ सर्विस काइंड ऑफ थिंग.
Correct.
दिस कैन नॉट बी समथिंग व्हिच कैन बी टर्न्ड आउट इनटू अ प्रोडक्ट अनलेस
Correct.
अनटिल, क्योंकि बाहर रहेगा ही एक आर्टिस्ट से ही. इट्स लाइक यू हैव टू डू 5-6 follow-ups of
Correct.
what is happening, boss, and then that artist will be following up with something else. So
Correct.
बहुत सारे ऐसे मार्केट्स में टूल्स, मतलब मार्केट प्लेसेस थे, लेकिन दे वर नॉट इजी टू बिल्ड. सो वहां पे यू नीड टू गो, बहुत सारा कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज था. वी मेड इट सिंपल बिकॉज वी वर टॉकिंग टू सम. तो
Correct.
हमारे पास कुछ ही लोग आ रहे थे. तो देन मैंने कुछ यूज केसेस बनाए, और आई स्टार्टेड रीचिंग आउट टू पीपल. आई रीच्ड आउट टू पीपल लाइक चाणक्य, इफ यू नो.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I reached out to him. We built a whole prototype of how NFTs will fit into his platform on a Figma, and उनको ईमेल कर दिया. तो अब इससे होता क्या था कि जिनको भी थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट नहीं भी था, दे ऑल्सो यूज टू लुक फॉर दिस प्रोटोटाइप्स, एंड दे यूज टू जंप ऑन कॉल्स कि हाँ
Hmm.
यार करना क्या चाहते हो.
Hmm.
तो
Hmm.
चाणक्य की वजह 1-2 लोगों को और भेजा. They were like, okay, but it was not something which could be used by them, to be honest.
Okay.
उनके लिए ज़्यादा स्पेसिफिक नहीं था, but we got few people who wanted to use. So एक institute के लिए we did all the certificates into NFTs. A
Wow.
small institute, yeah, out of Hyderabad itself. But okay, तो ये सारी चीजें हुई. फिर हम लोग को लग गया कि भाई this is something which is not scalable.
Correct.
तो
Correct. Correct.
कुछ और ट्राई करते हैं. तो
Hmm.
वी
But
वी
that
जस्ट
you
स्टॉप्ड
got to
इट.
know just because you tried. Otherwise, like,
या दैट्स ट्रू.
always like an assumption, right? And
करेक्ट.
just taking a pause here, like going back to your college days, essentially you were in the first year, and after that COVID happened, you had a lot of time to explore different things, and then you made a space for yourself. Like, dude, let me explore different things, let me learn things instead of just blindly sitting for placements or something. And like then you started on this journey of exploring and learning, and all this happened. Basically, like you gave that space for like learning new things.
Correct. I mean, I was always open to, learn anything. Even today, even in my company where I work, I do, I would say a lot of things which other people won't touch. So,
Hmm.
because उनको कुछ क्लू नहीं रहता है उसके बारे में.
Okay.
तो
Okay.
बट आई एम लाइक, ए अगर यार कुछ भी है, अगर देयर इज अ गाय हु कैन लर्न दिस, देन
Hmm.
व्हाई कांट आई.
Correct, 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 correct.
अब ठीक है, इट्स लाइक पीपल टेक 10 years, 5 years टू टेक परफेक्शन. ऑब्वियसली इट विल टेक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम टू परफेक्ट एनी स्किल, बट एटलीस्ट आई कैन लर्न. और
बेसिक्स तो
ऐसी
उतना
चीजें
टाइम
भी
नहीं
हैं जो,
लगेगा जैसे
एग्जैक्टली
जैसे
दैट्स
फील
ट्रू.
ना लाइक यू कैन बेसिक्स तो यू
यस,
टेक सम
यस,
टाइम लाइक वी कैन गेट अ हैंग ऑफ इट.
दैट्स ट्रू.
Correct, correct. This is very interesting. I just want to tell that it is very interesting and not normal. Kyunki like you take many people na, like especially if PSCP they don't score well. One of the thing like kids tell to themselves is like, yeah, it's okay, yaar, mera branch to like CS ka nahi hai, so problem nahi hai. So from there itself it starts the reasoning like, but it's not like that. And why don't you just give it a try? So even like non-circuit branches, we don't even again, I'm not representing everyone, but there are certain
Mm-hmm.
people who unfortunately lose good opportunities instead of having talent. They have the logical ability, but just because like they don't have this openness of learning, हाँ ये नया है, like क्या है सीखते हैं, that time
Mm-hmm.
it's
And I feel कि यार I have realized this lately कि everything depends on your confidence.
हाँ
So if you have confidence, यार मेरे से हो जाएगा, then you will be able to pull this off.
hmm,
Doesn't matter how dumb you are, how smart you are, but even if someone is smartest in the room
hmm,
and they don't have the confidence in themselves, कि they can pull something out, so it becomes very hard. क्योंकि यार
correct,
मुझे ऐसा लगता है the biggest critique is you itself.
हाँ
ठीक
that
है
inner voice.
तो या तो उससे बड़ा क्रिटिक तो कोई है ही नहीं तो मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हुआ है देयर हैज बीन अ लॉट ऑफ यू नो follow-ups which we did not do because we felt we were not perfect enough.
Hmm,
बहुत सारे even for interns we did not apply. I did not apply personally because we are like we are not at to that level. So ये होता है but it is like I'm also overcoming this.
correct, but
ये it's like constant process. The earlier you do, the better it is. क्योंकि
correct.
bottom line, the world is very forgiving. So no
Actually,
one, you know.
the title of this, that's a very powerful perspective. I think if you genuinely try, people are like, even if you fail,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Hmm,
If you are जब तक आप honest हो, जब तक you are
exactly.
not doing anything crooked, then the world is forgiving. कि हाँ
Correct.
यार क्या ही हुआ? It's like मेहनत किया नहीं हुआ.
Correct.
Even this is the same philosophy of the VCs, right?
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
The moment they invest money in you, they write off 90% of people internally. They do
Hmm,
not hope कि यार you are gonna make it.
correct.
After 3 months, 6 months, 3 years, if you are genuinely trying and you show
Hmm,
them कि I did all of this,
correct.
it did not work out. I need more money. If markets are favorable, they will give it to you.
Ah,
But if you don't ever try, then the whole world is not gonna forgive you. Then you will be labeled as some scamster. So कुछ
got
भी,
it.
I mean, even uh, imagine हमारे पास टेक के लिए क्या है?
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
एक गलत ईमेल भेजने का, एक गलत स्टार्टअप बनाने का जिसका प्रोडक्ट अच्छा नहीं है, मार्केट सैचुरेटेड है। व्हाट वी
Hmm,
हैव एट स्टेक? नथिंग, राइट?
hmm.
It's just you. On contrary, there has been a lot of startups who raise billions of dollars. They go bust,
Correct.
राइट?
Correct.
ट्राई कर करके वो बस्ट हो जाते हैं। अब एज़ कंपेयर टू अस, टू देम, राइट? They have fucking lost $1 billion.
Correct.
But if they have tried genuinely, the
Genuinely,
founder starts another company and
people will.
he comes out stronger, right?
Correct.
तो यार
Correct.
लोग जब 1 बिलियन, 100 बिलियन, 50 मिलियन लूज़ करने वाले को फॉरगिव कर सकते हैं क्योंकि
Wow.
उसने ऑनेस्टली ट्राई किया, देन व्हाई द हेल दे विल नॉट फॉरगिव यू फॉर अ रॉन्ग ईमेल और फॉर अ स्क्रैपी हैकी सॉल्यूशन आउट देयर? देयर इज़ नथिंग ऑन स्टेक्स फॉर यू। So जो भी सुन रहा है will only say कि doesn't matter how dumb the idea is. Now I am realizing कि what we at college always it's like all the literature teaches you to find a market, big market where your TAM is bigger. I feel कि यार TAM वगैरह bigger सही बात है but the important thing is to get confidence that you can survive without a job.
Hmm.
If you are able to भाई 10,000 महीने you are able to make online
Correct.
10 to 20,000
Correct.
you get a feeling कि यार मैं अभी कॉलेज में 10,000 20,000 30,000 महीने के बना ले रहा हूँ अगर मैं
Correct.
इसको फुल टाइम करूंगा easily I will be able to add 1 2 more zeros.
Correct.
So the moment you get into that thought process, सर्वाइवल का क्वेश्चन तो चला गया. अब जॉब इज नॉट अ मजबूरी फॉर मी कि भाई मेरे को डीएसए करना ही है, मुझे बड़े सीजीपीए लाके बड़ी चीजें लेनी ही है क्योंकि अब तो मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया कि भाई जब मैं 20,000 बना सकता हूँ
Correct.
दिन में 3 घंटे काम करके तो मैं उसको 12 घंटा करके मैं 50,000 तो बना सकता हूँ, 1 लाख तो बना सकता हूँ. इंडिया में
Correct.
रहूंगा 50,000 इफ आई एम मेकिंग ऑन माई ओन टर्म्स मेरा जीना खाना तो चल जाएगा. आई एम नॉट गोना डाई. So this is what propels you to work further.
Correct,
So
correct.
whoever is listening, just start off. जो भी कुछ भी है, doesn't matter. Just make 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, anything. Just make it.
Make the first rupee and that'll
Yeah.
propel everything. Otherwise, like, don't procrastinate forever. Like, after 10 million years, I'll make 1 million rupee. Not like, पहला रुपये
That's not
बनाओ.
how things work. Yeah, make the
Like,
first rupee.
get the first one out there. This is amazing, and thanks for like pausing in that journey. Now coming back, you're at the NFTs. You made it, and आपने realize किया कि हाँ बॉस ये तो ठीक है पर ये scale नहीं हो सकता है. Like
Hmm.
after that realization, like what next? क्या किया आपने?
So, I mean, उस टाइम पे I was looking for, I realized कि I need to get to somewhere where I can learn things.
Correct.
क्योंकि मुझे तो इतना समझ आ गया था कि there is a lot of difference in how I am doing things out and
Okay.
how different people are doing things, right?
Correct.
So, I was looking for a place where I can learn. So,
Correct.
obviously, the idea of Web3 startup where I
Hmm.
can get into product or something. क्योंकि I'm not a good coder, I'm not a very good marketer, I'm not a good designer. So product is the role जो कि मेरे लिए बचता है. तो
I hope like true hardcore product managers don't get offended, but interesting. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, see, if you're a product manager and if I feel that if it is not true about you, then there is something wrong. क्योंकि you need to give that freedom to your designer guy saying that he is better than you. ठीक
Correct.
है, तभी तो मतलब टीम डायनेमिक्स चलेगी यार.
Correct.
अगर आप ही बड़े डिजाइनर बन जाओगे तो
You're not gonna
टीम
be there.
डायनेमिक्स
You're
तो
not
नीचे.
there for a
एग्जैक्टली.
reason. Very
Yeah. So I was looking for product role, and the funny thing about product roles is in any startup, product roles are very scarce. तो इन Web3 तो उस
correct.
टाइम पे प्रोडक्ट रोल्स की तो भाई बहुत ज्यादा ही कमी थी. तो लेकिन मैं स्पेसिफिक चीजें करके उनको देता था. I remember applying to Mudrex and making a new feature for them, ideating, Figma prototyping करके भेज दिया. I got an
So
interview
you
call.
applied with a proof of work, not just like
Yeah, I
मेरा
applied.
resume is no. Hey,
Yeah, no.
hey,
Yeah.
this is how you can improve. Go ahead.
I mean, मैं ये कहूँगा कि I'm not bragging, but I did proof of work when it was not a word.
Nice, nice,
तो
nice.
तो I was thinking from their POV कि why they will reply to me. They're
Correct.
getting hundreds of emails like me. So if I need to get a reply from them, I need to do something differently. And what is
Correct.
better than, showcasing what feature they can add? Obviously, they never implemented that feature. I never got that. I mean, I had the offer. I never took that. But okay, at least I was able to, jump in a call with them.
Correct.
So yeah, in the group, Abhinandan posted the CEO of Good Game Nation that he is looking for some product folks. And I shot him a DM saying why I like his. Same day he asked me to come over a call for interview. 9 a.m. मैं college में था. So I just jumped on the call. We discussed
Yes,
and
you know
he
your third
offered me
year.
a role.
Third year.
Uh, Second year summer vacations.
Second year summer
Just
vacations. Okay,
yeah,
wonderful. Go
yeah.
ahead.
ठीक है. So like all of us, not I was not very much working to get an intern, but yeah. So same call पे I was like, okay, ठीक है, क्या है? He asked me how much money you want. I had no fucking clue how much to ask for a full-time product role. I said, I will tell you after some time. Call के बाद I called a few of the seniors,
Correct.
Brishti and few other folks. Ki boss, I got this. How much money I should ask? Oh, they told me a number. I messaged him the number. He said okay. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, chalo
Perfect.
bhai.
Perfect. Perfect.
It's good. So I started working over there. And sorry, this was third year का ही है.
Somewhere
Yeah,
in that
ठीक
time.
है.
Basically,
हाँ,
you're a
हाँ.
student. That's all I care.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
हाँ,
Third year का समझ.
हाँ,
थर्ड ईयर का. हाँ, तो
हाँ.
ये हो गया. आई स्टार्टेड वर्किंग ओवर देयर एंड आई वाज द पीएम. नाउ फॉर मी आई हैड टू डू एवरीथिंग, अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. आई वाज एंजॉयिंग. सो मैं सीएसओ के नीचे काम करता था. ही वाज वेरी हेल्पफुल पर्सन. So
Correct.
he taught me a lot of things, like how to convert anything to Excel. Whatever strategies you're planning, just convert to Excel so that you can keep a track of how things are moving out. So
Exactly.
learned a lot of things. I mean, developed, did research, wrote PRDs, marketing campaign. My CEO used to tell me to, talk to community.
Hmm.
Then you will get first-hand experience कि यार क्या चल रहा है इनके दिमाग में,
Correct.
what problems they are facing. So ये सारी चीजें हैं. I did a lot of them. And next year, the company got acquired by Cajun. तो अब वहाँ पे I had a chance to, go into the company where we were acquired. And I was like, I talked to them, I realized कि the company which is acquiring us has a more of a corporate kind of hierarchy.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
was like, it's not 0 to 1.
Correct.
It's something 1 to 10 wala journey. And I was like, yeah, I feel कि the moment you get comfortable, you're fucked.
Correct.
तो मैं कि भाई अब ये मैं करते रह जाऊंगा तो मैं कब खुद का कुछ करूंगा. तो आफ्टर दैट आई स्टार्टेड एडिटिंग कि क्या करना है हमें.
Correct.
और आफ्टर दिस आई हैड पास्ड आउट फ्रॉम कॉलेज, हैड प्रीटी मच टाइम. So we started exploring. Gaming is something which I like, and AI was something which I believe even today that it has a potential to completely change how we play games, because the interfaces are gonna change. The way I code now is very different from how a developer codes, because I don't code, like I do not write code. I just ask AI to write code, right?
Correct. Correct.
Now, someone who is 10 years younger than me and who is entering the tech domain today, and they will use Perplexity, all these AI tools very differently from what we use. क्योंकि वो we are learning the second thing, they will be for them, this will be the first thing. Same goes for games. Interaction का पूरा, I feel कि interfaces will change. क्योंकि for newer people, they will always go for better,
Always.
interfaces or
People want
better
better
tools. जो
experiences.
exactly. So that is something which I had an idea कि that is something we can do. और वहाँ पे एक और चीज था. In the meantime, I had a friend. He used to run this community called Move Developer Stuff. So Move
Okay.
is the language which is used to write smart contracts for Aptos and Sui blockchain. So we had received a grant, and he was conducting this developer activations. He asked for my help. I was like, why not? So I made framework for them, how they can do that, what metrics is, can be calculated, mm, tracking कैसे होता है, ये सारी चीजें. In the meantime, we also used to go to different cities to talk with them, understand. So यहाँ पे भी, while I was doing all this, my belief in, my decision to take product multifold basically हो गया. क्योंकि I realized कि यार community का काम is not something I am really enjoying. I always believe कि instead of saying something, do this, do this, build a product which makes do this enjoyable. The
Correct.
conversion will be far more greater, right? So then I started my own thing. It was called Playsphere. So we had idea कि we want to merge AI and gaming, and we have to do this blockchain because blockchain is the financial layer. अभी games में क्या होता है कि the value. I mean, I have talked a lot about this with a lot of folks who do not believe in blockchain at all. They ask me why blockchain in games. I simply say games are very monumental part of someone's life
Correct.
because they give a lot of time into it. I mean, there are
They
some
get
people
everyone
who
to.
play 20. Yeah, but the output, all of it is captured by the publishers. So the same thing, which I mean, in Facebook, the value which you get is even very disappropriate with the platforms, right? The ad revenues and everything, they are being taken by bigger companies.
Hmm.
Here, for enjoyment, you are paying money. You are buying new skins, the whole economy you are running, but you are not a part when it comes to getting benefits.
Correct.
So the market is such that where I feel blockchain could make a lot of changes. It's still in nascent stage, change happening in niches. Uh, Card trading games and everything, they have an inherent value. Even Pokemon cards get sold. So games are financial, they have financial rails already, but it's just the time that when blockchain replaces all the financial rails. So we are very great believers of that. तो हमारे पास वो था ही, और एआई में वी न्यू कि यार ये तो इंटरेक्शंस वगैरह चेंज होंगे। तो हम लोग कर रहे थे। We first started with building some POCs of games, then realized कि यार games building is lot of very tough thing to do. I reached out to some alumni who were working in game studios and things like that. हम लोग गए, बात किया उनसे। They're like कि bro, I mean even simpler games at least. तो हम लोग ने बात वगैरह किया उनसे, then we realized कि यार गेम्स में बनाना is little tough. The end-to-end game dev will take a lot of time. So we started reaching out to games with our idea, what we wanted to do. We were like,
So instead of building the games,
if
go to the guys who are building the games.
yeah, we went to them. We said that we are building tools which can, increase the user engagement and retention for you guys, and we'll give this tool to free to you because we are running a pilot. So wahan se we got few of the guys. In the meantime, all the POCs which we have made, we sent to different folks, and some ecosystems were, kind enough to give us grants. So those times say we got pretty good. So all in Web3, all the grants amount are in dollars. And you are sitting in India, you are spending in rupees. So always this arbitrage. So if you are able to team out there, we had 3D designers, एक दो freelance gamers उठा लिए, game dev, कुछ front end वगैरह. So we were able to do a lot of these things. From that grant amount of money, we moved to Bangalore. ये सारा हो रहा था. We started talking to few of the investors, and college के भी we reached out to few folks. We realized कि यार people were, I mean, if they want to put money on, they want to put money on not on the product, they want to put money on us.
People.
Yeah, people. And we always felt that if you want to do something big, there are two ways: either build a business which start generating cash from day one, or raise big amount of money, like raise at least 5 million, so that you can sustain the downturns. क्योंकि in startup you just need to be alive. If you're alive for 2 years, 3 years, you're gonna do something for sure. But uh, if you are making a team and you don't have enough cash in the bank, then you're gonna die for sure. So we always were evaluating this decision every month of how much cash burn we are at, what is the opportunity for us to accelerate, and what how much we can raise today. So we were in line that if we hit this metrics, we'll go full blown fundraising ka mode. We already had few soft commitments in hand. We'll go and we'll raise. So ये सारा चीज चल रहा था. We also started building some agents for games, which can which can be utilized for game testing and a lot of things. तो ये सब हो ही रहा था. Then I had met Prasant, his founder of Spheron, in Singapore. During an event, we had a long chat regarding क्या क्या हो रहा है, things like that. So we were in touch. In December, they were also building a AI agent framework. That is a general framework to build AI agents. So it's like it has a Zapier like flow. You can drag and drop different things and you can build AI agents. Um, they are, I would say, more specialized towards Web3, but you can build general agents as well. We were chatting about it. We were building the same thing, but for games, I would say, because a lot of things of our tech stack were, I would say, कॉमन में आ रहे थे. तो हम लोगों ने ऐसे ही बात किया. दे आस्क्ड अस टू कम टू दुबई, see what we could do together. We had a very good chat around it. We realized the team is very good. I mean, they're phenomenal people in Web3 for quite some time, and they have everything which I personally believe that if I work with them, I gonna learn a lot. So I was like, okay, this is something, this opportunity do not come always, that you are able to fast track your, I would say, the whole journey, because we could see कि यार जो हम लोग एक साल में कर रहे हैं, these guys are able to pull this off much faster because with enough repetitions they have developed a framework of their own. How to move faster. We are very bad at marketing. So even this much I'm saying, but if you go to my LinkedIn or my Twitter, it's empty. So ये एक ऐसी चीज है which I'm actively trying to be active on,
Oh,
but अब अभी होना पड़ेगा ए के टाइम में. It's the social proof. But either a lot of people, जो कि थोड़ा hard है, क्योंकि वन टू वन मीटिंग्स करना इज लिटिल टफर, बट
correct,
इफ यू आर एबल टू स्प्रेड योर वर्ड आउट तो वो
correct.
चल जाता है. तो फॉर मी वन ऑन वन वाली चीजें ज्यादा हुई हैं मेरे साथ. आई वॉज lucky enough to go to right places where I met a lot of right people, but I feel that it is important to put what are you doing to the world, because people
Correct,
will get to know about it.
correct,
अगर 1% भी चांस है कि रैंडमली तुम किसी एक इंसान से चैट कर लो, your trajectory could change. Same for me.
correct,
I went to Singapore, I met this guy, and I felt, wow, he's awesome. So
correct,
ये सारी चीजें हुई. Then we realized, we started talking कि how things will move forward,
correct.
and we came to understanding that okay, that's right. We'll hand over what we have built. Team will join and move to Dubai. So yeah, that has been my journey in a nutshell so far.
That's very interesting, Saurabh. And I want to ask, like, right, when you moved out of the earlier one and you're exploring, generally you don't have a job in hand, and all your peers are like
Hmm.
working in some
Hmm. Hmm.
companies, big, small, and different, but they're working, right? You rarely find out of 800 students,
Yeah.
hardly anyone. And if they're not doing it, it's because they couldn't get a job. It's not like they had the capital. But in your case, like, one, how did you kind of, I mean, what was running in your mind? Is like, it is okay or is it not okay? Like, because again, more than right or wrong is like you being like little outlier is not an easy. I mean, you'll have your inner strength, but once in a while, because there is like little doubt coming in, right? One, did that kind of decision, like not going to job and still exploring, was easy, moderate, difficult? How was it? And how did you navigate?
राइट. सो एक चीज थी, समवेयर मुझे ये पता चल चुका था कि आई मीन until and unless there is a fire, I mean, your house is burning, you will not run,
Correct.
right? It
Burn the
there
bridges.
is yeah, burn the bridges. Or I had saved some money, so I was like, I will be able to sustain for a year and
Correct.
more than a year, 1.5 years easily.
Correct.
In case of my family was very supportive. So when I told them that, I want to do this, my
Correct.
mother and my father was like, yeah, okay, go ahead, do that. It's
Correct.
not like you get, I mean, they told me कि भाई सब कुछ ये सोचता भी नहीं है, and you are in perfect position to do that because
Correct.
you are just out of college. There are no responsibilities on your head.
Correct. Correct.
There is no loans on the family, luckily.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I mean, by grace of God, there is nothing which I needed to
Nothing
worry
to
about
worry
my
about as
family.
long as you take care of
Yeah,
yourself. And
yeah.
तभी
So
आपने एक साल का रनवे like
हाँ,
तुझे
हाँ,
उधर
exactly. तो मेरा रनवे मेरे हाथ में है और family is like chill. So I was like, why I need to stop now? ये feel हमेशा होता है कि for example, if you are doing a job, so what all the peers do, they go after 2 months of job, they get a new bike. I also had money to buy a bike, but I couldn't क्योंकि if I buy a bike, मेरा runway
कट हो
में
जाएगा.
there will
Correct.
be a hole, so I
Correct.
cannot do that. They would buy the short watches and things like that, so
For
I
holiday
cannot.
कुछ भी.
Yeah, they will go to holidays, right?
Right.
इधर उधर trips पे. I cannot क्योंकि अगर मैं गया, that will be a big chunk.
Correct. Correct.
Instead of going
That
on a
reduce
trip,
the
I
time
can.
essentially.
Yeah.
And you traded off that time and that
Yeah.
experience. Like, hey, I'm looking for a different
Hmm.
experience, so I'll invest elsewhere. Invest in the runway.
Exactly. That's true. So, I was very clear in this कि यार और I do not compare myself with my friends and all. In my friends भी वैसे ही हैं. It's not
Hmm.
like they will keep poking you कि भाई क्यों नहीं कर रहा है, why not? They're like chill, कुछ तो कर रहा है भाई अपना.
Hmm.
And we had received grants, so I mean, luckily we had money in the bank. तो हमारे पास ये FOMO नहीं था. We were always making a conscious choice कि यार हमें ये नहीं करना है. एंड
Correct.
मुझे ये भी लगता है कि इट शुड यू हैव दिस कॉन्फिडेंस यू शुड हैव दिस कॉन्फिडेंस कि इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट यू कैन नॉट गो टुमारो एंड बाय अ न्यू कार राइट you should have that much capital or you always have the access to that capital if you are doing any job you can take a loan and you can buy a car but
Correct.
it should be your active choice that you're not doing that and
Hmm.
when you start understanding ki going to paris not going to paris it's not because of your circumstances, but instead it's an active choice, then you will stop feeling FOMO.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
FOMO
Got it.
तभी होता है जब you let your circumstances affect you. But अगर आप active choices कर रहे हो, तो there will be no FOMO. It will like कि हाँ भाई, he is doing that, he enjoying that. वो हफ्ते में 5 दिन काम करके 2 दिन चिल मार रहा है वो, मैं
Right.
हफ्ते में 7वें दिन काम कर रहा हूँ. क्यों? Because this is the active choice which I have made.
Correct. Correct.
So there is no FOMO, there is, nothing.
Wow, man. Wow. Like not getting into the trap of comparison in the first place. And most
Yeah.
importantly, I think the sequence of steps I see is build good runway so that you're not distracted
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
and just keep on going. And fortunately in this case the support from family and they're like good set of friends who are just like not poking you around. And
Yeah, yeah.
I think this is so good. I'm able to realize the importance of runway so much, and also like starting early so that you get to this phase early where
Yes.
responsibilities don't kick in. So this is great. Next thing, in fact, you mentioned right, you're talking to different people. You moved within India, but say I think you went to Singapore, met this new folks. See, going to Singapore is not like an easy decision, right? Like within India, okay, that's also most people don't do it. But forget roaming in India. In fact, you travel to Singapore. So that kind of this thing, like, I mean, again, it might be, hey, भैया, like ये तो करना है, like सारा action उधर चल रहा है. But as you can say, there are a lot of people who don't take the steps. So in your case, was it so obvious, or what were your thought process when you go? Because
So,
why I'm asking is that is where one
yeah,
interesting
yeah,
thing
I
happens.
get your point. Yeah. So, I will take a step back. The first, I mean, trip because of my startup, which I took was Bali. There is an event called Coin Fest, जो कि वहाँ पे हो रहा था.
Hmm.
And there were a lot of people who I used to chat online. They were going there.
Hmm.
And a lot of folks from Animoca and very good VCs and very good games are coming over there. So we were like कि ये ऐसा जगह है जहाँ पे we'll be able to connect to a lot of people
Hmm.
and मुझे जाना पड़ेगा. तो अब thing is कि that is going to be a solo trip क्योंकि we don't have a lot of fund कि भाई our whole team can go और फिर पूरा टीम जाएगा तो कोड कौन करेगा my co-founder is Arpit so he's like bro you only go I need to do a lot of stuff over here
Correct.
और होता क्या है कि I booked a ticket the ticket was on 0050 I mean at 12:50 in night I missed the date I thought कि दिस इज द नेक्स्ट डे का 0050 आई मीन वो जो कंफ्यूजन हमेशा होता है कि
Correct.
00 पे डेट चेंज होता
Correct.
है
Correct.
एंड आई मिस दैट फ्लाइट अब दैट इज द फर्स्ट टाइम इन लाइफ व्हेन आई पैनिक्ड आई वाज लाइक ब्रो व्हाट द फक व्हाट आई शुड डू आई मीन एक तो इट्स लाइक कंपनी का पैसा व्हेन
Correct.
इट्स नॉट
And that's an important event.
अनलिमिटेड या इतना इंपॉर्टेंट इवेंट होटल्स
Correct.
एंड बुक एवरीथिंग इज बुक्ड एंड आई जस्ट फक्ड इट अब आई फील ये सबके साथ होता है कि 0-0 वाले में तो किसी की ट्रेन या फ्लाइट छूटती है ज़िंदगी में एक बार। लेकिन मेरे साथ मेरे सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट इवेंट पे ही होना था।
That
तो
is the
लेकिन या
thing.
तो लकीली वो इवेंट वाज़ अ डे लेटर तो द होल अ वीक लॉन्ग था, तो उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, लेकिन आई बुक्ड अ टिकट अगेन और अब सीन क्या है कि मतलब ये आई हैव हर्ड दिस समवेयर देयर आर 3 काइंड्स ऑफ पीपल हू आई मीन डर सबको लगता है। कुछ भी आप करने जाओ, इफ आई से कि भैया इट्स नॉट लाइक आई डोंट हैव सेकंड चॉइसेस और
Hmm.
सेकंड थॉट्स, दिस इज प्लेन रॉन्ग। डर
Hmm.
सबको लगता है, आई मीन, बट इट्स जस्ट कब लगता है। तो आई हर्ड समवेयर एंड आई रिलेट वेरी मच टू इट। Few people get a lot of fear before doing something. Few people get, second thoughts while doing it, and few people get fear after that, after the thing has done. So मेरे को उसके बाद लगता है, अभी मैं सोचता हूँ कि भाई how मैं कैसे गया, I mean in a different country with, it's very different.
So
There
before
are no
happening, fine.
friends.
While it is happening,
Yeah.
fine.
हाँ,
After you have done it, then it's like,
हाँ, हाँ, कि क्योंकि अब वाइल्ड में क्या है कि यू कैन नॉट हैव सेकंड थॉट्स, यू हैव लाइक प्लेटें सजी हुई हैं बुफे में, यू हैव टू ईट। अब उसमें क्या है आई डोंट नो, बट यू हैव कम हियर, यू नीड टू वेक अप। अभी वहां पे द फूड इज वेरी डिफरेंट, द एप्स आर डिफरेंट, द करेंसी इज डिफरेंट, द डिनोमिनेशंस, मतलब सब कुछ ही अलग है वहां पे।
correct,
अब आई न्यू फ्यू फोक्स हु आर कमिंग, सो मैंने उनको पिंग किया, हाँ भाई कहाँ हो, दे आर स्टेइंग डिफरेंटली। तो लोग मिल ही जाते हैं, बट यू हैव नो फ्रेंड्स एंड यू आर गोइंग ऑन योर ओन। तो ये काफी डिफिकल्ट था। इन Singapore, Akash also went from me. Akash is my senior who is also working on in with startup Clone Matrix, very
correct.
phenomenal product. तो now this time तो it was a lot more easier क्योंकि मैं तो एक बार अकेले जाके धक्के खा के सीख चुका था। तो सेकंड टाइम इट वाज लाइक इजी पीजी थिंग फॉर मी कि हाँ
Correct.
भाई, कि हाँ यहाँ पे जाना है, दिस इज हाउ यू नीड टू नेविगेट द होल इवेंट स्पेस, हाउ यू कैन गेट 1 hour मीटिंग्स विद फोक्स यू वांट, किससे मिलना है, कौन से इवेंट्स को टारगेट करना है, कैसे। तो दैट बिकेम इजी। तो लेकिन हाँ, डर लगता है, लेकिन लकीली मैन थोड़ा बाद में लगता है तो आई एम एबल a lot of things कि हाँ, जब हो गया तब सोचूं हाँ भाई कैसे हुआ था। तो बस।
That's very interesting, man. I need to check what is my appetite, but I really that yours because like, huh. But this is quite insightful to know because like going to places, I think it's very important you meet people.
Yeah, that very important. I mean, it gives you a new perspectives, to be honest. And आप अगर कहीं पे भी in a business world or in any meeting you are going, so it's just you are increasing your surface area,
Huh.
right? The
Correct.
moment you increase your surface area, you don't know who you will catch to,
Correct.
and even one single catch can change the whole trajectory. So which has happened to us multiple times, right? In a
Yeah,
random
yeah,
event,
yeah.
yeah, and even the whole Esperon thing, right? I would not be here if I would have not gone to Singapore
Exactly.
and went to that specific event. In
Correct.
that event, this there is a CEO who is sitting by himself.
Correct.
You will not go and say hi to him. There will be no convo happening, right?
Correct.
So it
Correct.
just, you need to take chances. You need to increase your surface area.
Correct. I think the more you do it, I think the more the chance
Yeah,
big.
exactly. It's just taking on the chances, increasing surface area, keep repeating it. And
Correct.
remember, the world is forgiving. तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, even the things go wrong. So I met people who I went to, said hi, and they're like answering yes or no.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter how much important question I'm asking them. It's they're not interested to talk, and it's fine. Okay, क्या problem है?
Correct, correct. I think you should be able to take the no's because that is what we
Yeah, yeah.
reject.
Hmm.
हाँ नहीं बात करेंगे तो कैसे लगेगा? It's okay. Just
Hmm.
I am very surprised that again the line came. The world will be forgiving as like
Yeah.
you put honest effort and like do right work.
Hmm.
I think maybe we'll have some T-shirts with that slogan.
Yeah. The world is
Uh,
very forgiving, true.
So, and I wanted to ask because earlier in the conversation you mentioned like the impact of the seniors and how they were like kind of helpful. So, in your journey, like, can you think
अरे,
of the seniors
yeah.
who were
So,
helpful and how?
yeah.
What is your message to
Uh,
the juniors out there? Yeah, three.
right. So, in terms of seniors, I feel that, especially in my case, there has been very random coincidences which have resulted in very, very good things. I mean, extremely good things, to be honest. So, in my first year, I went to this debate championship, and I was debating, and there is a friend who invited me to go there, Suraj. I was not very much interested. He took me along with him. there I met Adarsh Chaudhary Bhaiya. So he was a very good debater and you know very good senior. And during COVID, I filled this form. I was filling this form of IG, and it was like 12 a.m. The form का closing time is 12 a.m. ठीक है, मेरे दिमाग में बैक ऑफ द हेड में चल रहा है कि यार रात को 12 बजे तो फॉर्म नहीं क्लोज करेंगे ये लोग। कौन क्लोज करता है रात को 12 बजे उठ के कि
Like so
क्लोज
diligently, like
या तो ये मेरे दिमाग में था। एंड द आईजी फॉर्म इज वेरी लेंथी ऑलवेज, ठीक है, बहुत लेंथी होता है। तो अब मैंने सारे आंसर्स उसके लिख दिए और द मोमेंट आई क्लिक्ड ऑन सबमिट इट सेड कि भाई फॉर्म क्लोज हो चुका है।
oh
लाइक
my God.
ब्रो ये कैसे, अब मैं करूँ तो करूँ क्या? तो आई न्यू आदर्श चौधरी भैया, मैंने उनको रीच आउट किया, भैया यार एक रिक्वेस्ट है, मैं फॉर्म भर रहा था, ये क्लोज हो गया। एंड थिंक फ्रॉम लाइक फर्स्ट ईयर का गाय,
Yes,
इट्स अ वेरी बिग थिंग
correct.
कि, तो मैंने कहा भैया बहुत मेहनत से फॉर्म भरा था। मैंने बोला ठीक है, मैं देखता हूँ। यही मैसेज वन टू मेंबर्स ऑफ आईजी, दे वर काइंड एनफ टू ओपन दैट। मैंने वो फॉर्म भरा और मेरे दिमाग में ये तो चला गया कि यार इफ आई एम इन द सिलेक्शन कमिटी आई एम नेवर गोना सेलेक्ट माई सेल्फ, क्योंकि हु द हेल fills the form after the deadline is gone। और आदर्श भाई बोलते हैं कि यार ब्रो योर रिक्वेस्ट इज लिटिल बिट वियर्ड बिकॉज ऑल द जूनियर्स दे आस्क्ड गेट मी इनटू दिस क्लब एंड यू आर आस्किंग कि भाई फॉर्म ही नहीं भर पा रहे हो। आई वाज लाइक बॉस क्या होगा। माय इंटरव्यू वाज टेकन बाय ब्रिस्टी। सो I have not attended a single IG event in my first year. I never went to IG building, and she's asking me questions, how you will do this, and the questions were very good. It's like testing raw, very raw things. So I was like कि ठीक है, मैंने बताया। अब based on my interview, I was like she will not select me, क्योंकि एक हैंग से पता चल चुका था कि there are a lot of better people in the those who want to get in, so she will not select। मेरे दिमाग में था, but luckily somehow she selected, and she was the one who taught me a lot of things। I think she is the only one who brought someone for the product management
Correct.
in NIT Warangal for the very first time, and I think that was the only time when I heard product management as a term। ठीक
Right.
है,
Right.
and she was the AIR lead, so she used to say how to look for people, how to send messages, how to send emails।
All
So
the
a lot of जो भी soft communication, reach out कैसे करना है, दूसरे के perspective से कैसे सोचना है, I was able to learn from her। and मेरे साथ तो seniors from आई chemical से असद भैया वगैरह थे, तो they were so good that by seeing them I was like कि हाँ bro, वो भी तो normal ही है,
correct.
and they are also doing crazy things, so I can also do crazy things। So this kind of self belief was made because of people like this। उसके बाद आकाश भैया, अर्पित भैया, they all are my seniors, they used to stay in IG itself 24 hours almost। तो whenever I used to go to them, like ये लोग अलग ही level पे थे, अलग ही league में थे। they were building, like they built their own custom OS, India, international, they're winning bounties, doing a lot of things। I was like, oh wow, how cool is this? So it's, I always look at, when you see very good people around you, you are able to learn a lot of things just by being around them। तो मैं भी उन्हीं के साथ बैठता था, सीखता था कि how they are thinking, what they are doing। So I was able to pick a lot of things, luckily। So yeah, I mean, very good friends, very good seniors। So a lot of luck happened here and there। Very good alumni I met। So yeah, we also used to see your posts and things like that, like
Yes.
you're doing, so it's like okay bhaiya, and because your journey is also not the conventional one, right? So you are
Yeah.
like yeah, it's like chalo theek hai, there are people out there who are doing things। So
Correct.
the moment self belief kicks in, the different things becomes easier। If you are spending a lot of time convincing yourself, should I do or should I not? I would say then don't do it। क्योंकि
Not
इफ यू डोंट
not
हैव
100%,
सेल्फ बिलीफ, या देन आप भाई आप दिन में 12 घंटे आप काम करोगे, रात को आप सोने जाओगे तो यार मेरा दोस्त तो बाली चला गया, मैं ही क्या ही कर रहा हूँ अपनी जिंदगी के साथ। सो अनटिल यू डोंट हैव दैट सेल्फ बिलीफ, यू वेस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम
correct.
अपने आप को डाउट करने में। द मोमेंट आप भाई डिल्यूजनल बन गए, और ऑलवेज थिंक, इफ एनीवन इज लिसनिंग, अगर आप यहाँ तक सुन रहे हो तो ऑलवेज हैव सम, आई एम नॉट सेइंग यू टू बी दैट मैड एलिफेंट लाइक रिस्क टेकर, कि भाई कॉलेज से ड्रॉप आउट कर दो। और ना ही मैंने ऐसा कुछ किया है कि
Correct.
आई से 10 placements, I got an offer from NIT Warangal. I don't know why, but I just said, I told my parents, they were happy. They were like कि हाँ चलो लड़के का placement तो हो गया. So
Correct.
I was in college politics. In my final year, I was secretary. So that was possible because I had received a full-time offer before that. So my father and mother all chill कि चलो भाई ठीक है, इसको जॉब तो मिल जा रही है ना, बाकी कुछ भी करे. So
That's fine.
it's like
Because job is
हाँ
fine.
कुछ भी कर रहा है. तो इट्स ऑलवेज कि यार आप हमेशा असेस करो कि व्हाट इज द बेस्ट केस सिनेरियो फॉर यू एंड व्हाट इज द वर्स्ट केस सिनेरियो फॉर यू। वर्स्ट केस सिनेरियो शुड बी रीजनेबल, लाइक ओके
Hmm.
you will be able to, you know, live on your own cash for next 2 years,
Correct. Correct.
or you could get a job in 2 months of prep. I always have this confidence कि भाई 2 साल 3 साल बाद भी, even if nothing would have worked out, even my this startup would have not worked out, I could have got a job in less than a month.
Wow. Correct.
Mm.
That
If
confidence is what helps
because yeah,
you.
because I have talked to some people who are appreciative of me and who are like, bro, I can refer you to anyone I want. In the while we were doing this, we had received another acquisition offer by someone. They were a team by McKinsey. We had a call and they were like very corporate kinda. So yeah, like we won't be able to do it. And at that hour we were thinking, should we do, should we not? I'm like, eh, they're very much excessive lingo focused and things like that. It will be a hard time for us adjusting to them. So we simply said no. We said no to a lot of different things, to
Hmm.
money as well, right? So because we wanted to do everything onto our terms. It's not like, so why we were able to do this? Because we had a bottom line of worst case scenario.
Hmm.
If you have to live peacefully, accept your worst case scenario, what
Correct.
worst can happen with me? You
Correct.
will not get a job because
Hmm.
you are not doing DSA. आप मार्केटिंग वगैरह आपका CGPA एट से डिसेंट रखो यार, 6 to 7। वर्स्ट केस सिनेरियो आपको बुरा जॉब मिलेगा,
Hmm.
इससे वर्स कुछ नहीं हो सकता अगर आप एनआईटी वारंगल में हो तो।
Correct.
If you are experienced, I don't know how the job market is in like the big companies, but startups are always hiring, most of them.
Hmm.
Uh, if you have confidence that you can bring value to any team, they will be more than happy to welcome you at any given point of time.
Got
So
it.
if you have this confidence, कि यार you are a very good dev, you are very good marketing, you are a very good product person, and you can bring value, they will be more than happy to welcome you. So the whole game is कि यार आप अपना worst case को define करके उसको accept करके रखो and hope for the best. In the hope of getting to the best, you will, I mean, if you compare, you will go to very good places as compared to whoever you are comparing to at the moment. So again, compare करना is waste of time. You will just अपने आप को कोसना चालू करोगे, तो be kind to yourself because remember the world is very forgiving. I will just end with this.
I am so surprised because वो जो theme जो आप बता रहे थे, the world is so, it's coming multiple times and it's truly, and I truly understand why you're saying, and it's so wonderful. I hope all the people who are watching this also get it. And like I want to know, because the confidence you mentioned, right? Just be confident. One thing is, have your worst case scenario so that you're not always panicking. हाँ ये तो है, it will
Yes.
come manageable है. Let's aim for this so that even if we fall, we are not falling on a rock, we're falling on
Yes.
like a decent bed, and so that we are aiming for the moon. So that is one. When come to confidence now, like हमेशा ऐसा नहीं होता कि like we're always confident. Like there are times where like we feel or doubt ourselves जो भी है. One, like in those kind of situations, like how like what do you recommend to come out of it? Like in your case, like say how do you overcome that kind of phase? Because it's just like a tricky phase, but you need to jump it. Like,
Yeah. So, I had seen a reel of someone asking Manish Agarwal. Manish Agarwal is also our alum, right? So, she asked him, Manish, how's your journey as a founder? So,
hmm,
Manish Agarwal had told that in Web3, one quarter I feel like a king, and another quarter I feel like a sitso. So, I heard to that, and it moved me deeply. I was like, bro, Manish Agarwal is the guy who took Nazara public, one of the CEOs on NSE, right? कितने लोग IPO करा पाते हैं? He took that fucking gaming company public, right? And he's running a new startup. By the way, Good Game Nation, where I was working, was acquired by their company.
oh, very
So
good.
yeah, so उसके बाद he has raised close to $30 million and good money in the bank, best people on the team. Again, this guy is saying that in one quarter he's feeling like a king and in another quarters like a sitso. Then why can't I feel like a sitso? And if
Correct.
I'm feeling like nothing is happening, it's normal. Because they have cracked the code, they have done a lot of things, right? They have great experience, great team. So यार जब उनके बुरे दिन for him for some days are like set कि भाई कुछ क्रैक नहीं हो रहा है, then we are very nascent in comparison to them, right? So it's perfectly normal to question everything in a day or at night कि हाँ भाई कुछ नहीं काम कर रहा है, क्या करें. It's perfectly normal, but the outcome should be very objective. It should not be emotional. You should not let भाई इमोशन से नहीं, ऑब्जेक्टिवली सोचो कि हाँ ठीक है यार, बुरा चल रहा है, ओके, ये तो हो गया। अब मैं इस पे हँस लूँ, इस पे रो लूँ, इट्स नॉट गोना चेंज। अब इसके बाद क्या? बुरा हो गया, अब व्हाट कैन बी डन ऑन टॉप ऑफ दिस? सो ऑब्वियसली बहुत सारे ऐसे दिन थे वेयर आई वाज़ थिंकिंग, इवन अर्पित भाई वाज़ थिंकिंग कि यार what we are doing, we just, denied this or we skipped this of working for this. We got a lot of, this guys who are like, build something for us because we were very good technically. Our moat was tech product. So they saw us. They're like, we will pay XYZ amount of money for you guys to, build our prototype. We were like, we said simple no. We don't do this. That could have been a very good revenue source, but we said no because we were like, we will not waste our time into doing this. We'll only do what we believe in, what we like. We won't do anything for money. So when you take such decisions, it's always natural to feel कि हाँ यार, uh, सही हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है. It's I mean, uh, a good amount of your time is on the line. That you are in your 20s, you could have enjoyed a lot. You could have gone to a good MNC, वो रील बनाते, सुबह 10 बजे गया, जिम किया, ब्रेकफास्ट में फ्रूट्स खाए, पूल खेला. So I went to Qualcomm office last year. My friend took me with him. I was like, bro, what the fuck? ये कैसा ऑफिस है भाई? Because I've never worked in MNC, right? So these are the things which you miss, and it's good. It's natural to question the decisions, but it should be momentary. It's not take a
Don't
toll in
worry.
your mind. हाँ कि भाई अब ठीक है, आज का दिन खराब हो गया, सो जाओ, सुबह उठो, असेस करो, लेकिन ऑब्जेक्टिवली सोचो कि हाँ भाई जो होना था वो तो हो गया. What is the next thing which can be done to improvise?
Got it. Got it. So let that moment pass and just work on this
Yes.
moment. Like, wow. So yeah, this is so amazing. And the final question, like say there is a student out there who's listening to this. He has that interest and whatever. So what is that Saurabh's like word of advice for him?
See, I mean, if you're a student listening to this, there are two things I would ask you to do. The very first thing is be on the edge of AI. You should use AI till that extent that AI is not able to fulfill your request. Take this as a challenge. I mean, uh, I'm रगड़ दो भाई models को. The models should feel helpless in front of you, because I feel if unless and until that is happening, you are not doing things correctly. Very simple way of doing this is take a repo, any open source repo. Uh, Imagine what changes you want to do. Doesn't matter if you are a coder or non-coder. Non-coder, the better it is, क्योंकि you'll be able to exhaust the AI better. If you're a coder, then good enough challenge for you. कुछ radical changes imagine करो and try to implement that. What will happen is you will start noticing a pattern that now this is Sonnet 4. It can do changes in this big repos. उसके बाद there are some repos जिसमें वो changes नहीं कर पाएगा. You wait for the next update to come in. ये करेगा क्या? It will give you confidence to build anything. It will be like, bro, मैंने तो ये 1 लाख फाइल्स, नॉट 1 लाख फाइल्स, 1 लाख लाइन्स वाले repo उठा के I was able to move things around. Right? So this will give you that edge of building any prototype in under a week and going to market. You will be a market ready under a week. Under a week is a longer time. 2 days, 2 hours for landing page, 6 hours of brainstorming the whole MVP of the product, another 6 to 10 hours of building this with AI. In 2 days, you will be market ready. अब market ready क्या है, तो उसके बाद you understand, you fix a goal for yourself of how much money you are trying to make. अब I have learned this. So ये मेरा खुद का है कि now next whenever I do something, I always have this number in my mind. What is my outcome? What I want to do? Do I need? I want to reach to 1 million ARR. Is that my goal? If that is the goal, let's plan. Do I need to test it out and reach to 1,000 users? Okay, let's do this. So have that goal in your head and start with very simple sort of goals. Build something which can get you $100. That's it. For $100, you need to find 10 people who will pay you $10 each. So essentially, तुमको ऐसा प्रॉब्लम पता लगाना है जिसके लिए 10 लोग तुम्हें $10 दे देंगे. How you'll get to know to this problem? Bro, that depends on you. You can go to Reddit, you can find problems, you can go to LinkedIn, you can reach out 100 people, 1,000 people. 1% conversion rate, you got $100. What essentially this will do, that this will make you understand that you took 20 days, a month to make your first 100. When you will be iterating on top of that, or you will be starting second time, you can cut the time by 50%. And you can reach to $100 mark in the next 15, easily will cross 500. So with enough repetitions, we'll be able to, build out businesses which people want. Because I believe there is patterns in everything. There is, I mean, mm, ये कहना कुछ ज्यादा ही हो जाएगा, but I believe the smartest people out there who we believe are smartest, they are the ones who have tried the most number of ways. Even the best of the best products out there. You see Facebook, WhatsApp.
All right,
I
right,
mean,
right.
these are the products which how different they are from their initial version, right?
Correct.
And when we start out, when I was in college and I was starting out, we were very much adamant on building everything.
Not like
कि जब तक हाँ तो उससे क्या होता है कि यार unless and until you are not moving motivation dies down. अगर 10 लोग भी तुमको जानने लगे ना तुम्हारे प्रोडक्ट के नाम से, you will have that motivation कि हाँ यार
movement is
there are
motivation.
हाँ मूवमेंट, करेक्ट, मूवमेंट इज मोटिवेशन.
Right,
तो
right.
मूवमेंट बनाओ और that's it. I mean, if there is anything you want, any suggestions, just reach me out. I'm like more than happy to help you in any way if you want.
Wonderful,
So
man. This is something a lot of
thank you.
students would love to know, because when an alum tells that, no, this is all the journey, this is all you do, and if anything, ask me. I think more than anything else, the fact that they're knowing about you helps, and it is so nice of you that you're willing to help them out. and I'm sure you'll have like bunch of requests.
Yeah.
From my side, I think
Looking forward to.
anyone who wants to reach out to Saurabh, I really, really encourage you, do your homework thoroughly, just like how Saurabh was, whenever he's reaching out to people, he was mindful. Please do your groundwork, like, make it worthy enough that, he's like, huh, I want to help these people. So, because whenever, sort of in my experience, there are so many people, mentors out there, especially an ETW alum, who want to help. But the request should be like, at least they should do some groundwork and the dedication.
That's
Otherwise,
true.
they can't be casual. So, and I hope there'll be someone who will be reaching out to you with good enough homework, who will be worthy of your mentorship and advice. And I'm really, really hoping that, this whole podcast will be a part of their journey. So yeah, I think that's it, man. This has been so enriching and interesting, and I'll definitely mull over the topic of that world will be forgiving as long as you put that hard work and being honest. So I think that is the recurring theme, and I'm sure one day you will give a talk on that. And
Ah, thank you. Yeah.
and yeah, and thanks a lot, man, for sharing
Yeah.
this.